Hey y'all, welcome to Crown Reads, where I provide intuitive messages using oracle cards only, no tarot here, to provide messages to the collective for our highest good, insight, awakening, enlightenment, all those good juicy things related to advancing consciousness and all that good stuff. So I recently, in my personal and professional life, have been coming across a lot of people who are having a lot of odd experiences, and it seems like a lot of people are kind of coming online now. What is the date? It is November 14th. I think right before a moon here situated. But yes, so I have been coming across that a lot. And also have had some major downloads myself in the last week or two. So there is absolutely something going on in the collective. So I was definitely led to just kind of pull some cards and provide a message for some insight. Because I do think a lot of people are kind of caught off guard, a little confused. There's a lot of things that can initiate a lot of fear right now. So I just really wanted to, well, not wanted to, but felt led to do a reading. And I was pulled to my the Oracle of Portals deck. So I guess my question for the divine, and of course I've meditated, prayed over the space and everything. Haven't pre-pulled any cards, but I have prepared the space. But just kind of what insight do we need to know about whatever transitioning or awakening or whatever is happening for us right now? Maybe what portal it speaks to, anything we need to know, anything to help us cope, because a lot of this can feel very heavy emotionally, mentally, and even advanced to the point of physiological symptoms. So it just seems like there's a lot going on in the collective right now, and I was pulled in to add whatever insight might land on an ear or two here. So whoever the message is for, I hope it's received. So let's go ahead and pull some cards here. Like I said, I'll be using my Oracle of Portals deck. Was led to the deck, not exactly how to pull, so I'm not sure they want jumpers or they want me to pull a spread. Let's see what they're saying here. Okay, what information, insight, guidance can you provide the collective about what space they're in as they're transitioning, coming online? Any information about portals? Things are coming in. Gone, G-O-N-E, period, that feels very finite. Something is gone, something is over, something is done. If you're questioning, if you're unsure, it is done. If you had anything that's a yes or no, no. I don't know if somebody needs to hear that, but done. Okay, so pull. Okay. So what messages does the collective need to know about what they're experiencing right now as we are in this space where there seems to be a lot of transitioning and awakening? Trust. Okay. Right there. No, don't shuffle. Just pull one more. Trust and ascend. Okay. Looks like we've got a message coming in. Okay, let me see what I can kind of intuit here to begin with. I think we're starting with some of the base stuff. Is just trust that you're not losing your mind. That's definitely here. Okay. This is very interesting. While this card has two people, this is not two people. This is self. So this is representing the masculine and feminine part of you. And it's kind of, I'm feeling trust the other part of you. So if you lean a lot into your masculine, it's hard to trust your feminine. If you lean a lot into your feminine, it's hard to trust your masculine. They're saying that you are at a point to where you can't trust those things. So I'm guessing this is for people who have been doing the work in a lot of ways, and maybe still are just apprehensive to fully lean into a certain level of like confidence or self-assuredness in one of those versions of yourself. And they're just kind of giving you the confirmation that you can trust it at this point. And not only can you trust it, but it is going to be important for your ascension. Yeah, this is an actual uncomfortable ascension for a good chunk of you, for that exact reason. It is requiring you to lean into discomfort in a way that like consumes your entire being, if that makes sense. So yes. So whatever you lean towards, whatever you're apprehensive about leaning into more of, it's just confirmation that you can trust that with whatever you've done. Confirmation from a candle there on the other side of the room. They're not telling me to read the Ascend, but they do want me to look at the book for trust. So let me see here. And hopefully you can see the cards. Let me see if I can lift those up a little bit more. A closer view. So here we are. Sorry if those are crooked in any angle. So 34. Oh, and this is great. We have a 7 and an 8. So we're going in the right direction here. So, okay. This one has a bit of a long reading. So, yeah, read the whole thing, they say. So, number 34, trust. To move forward, consciously deepen your level of trust. Okay, we just said it's necessary for ascension, so I think we're on the right page here. If you're inquiring about a relationship of any kind, consider how much do you trust the other person. Is that degree of trust based on something you legitimately know or sense, or is it based on a past trauma that has nothing to do with your current experience? Are you unfairly mistrustful of this person, or are you undermining your trust in yourself by discounting your well-founded suspicions that something isn't right? When you ask the divine for support, relax and look deeply. You will know the answer to these questions, and you will be able to delegate your loyalties accordingly. If you aren't inquiring about a relationship, drawing this card may indicate that you are being guided to trust yourself more. Your intuition, desires, dreams, decisions, or expertise. You may also benefit from trusting the universe more by correctly believing that you are supported and moving toward and manifesting the conditions you desire. That conditions word stuck out in terms of kind of like what version of yourself, what condition are you in? So to continue reading, of course, trust isn't something you can just turn on and off like a light switch, but it is something you can cultivate when you take the time to quiet your mind, invoke divine support, and set the intention to place your trust in yourself, the universe, and trustworthy friends and loved ones. Every life contains risk, and every successful person chooses to take calculated risk at various points along the way. In some cases, these risks pay off. In others, they don't. This is the nature of risk. Remember that the true tragedy is not failing but never trying in the first place. When we open our hearts to another person, there is always vulnerability and the potential for pain and loss. The same is true when we commit to a project we care about or share our art with the world. Still, we must be brave and put ourselves out there. Otherwise, while we may avoid risk, we will never connect deeply with other people or succeed in any area of life. Avoiding risk is the only risk we must avoid. Oh, I love that. Avoiding risk is the only risk we must avoid. Trust is not about knowing everything will turn out as you like. It's about not knowing but taking action anyway and believing that the universe will support you through whatever may arise. Be brave, open your heart, and trust. So there we go. So I feel like that aligns a bit there. And it was something that popped up for me while I was reading. I'm trying to recall it really quickly here. Where was it? Oh, yes. When it say, while we may avoid risk, we will never connect deeply with other people or succeed in any area of life. And that spoke to what I intuited about it being necessary for ascension to a degree. So this truly can be a barrier. This is be an instance of the only thing in your way is you. So it's pretty necessary here. Anything is for you is going to happen, but doesn't mean that the process won't take a lot longer with a lot more heartache. So, but I think that is the main thing I'm getting for this. Is there anything you all would like to clarify? I'm going to look at ascend. It's not giving me read the whole thing. It's like later paragraphs or something. Just, they wanted me to read this one portion. Just for a moment, let go of your beliefs or expectations about your circumstance and instead choose to see it as if you are viewing it from a high above, or perhaps as if you are looking back at it as you are old, as your older, wiser self. Loosen your grip on the situation or decide to see it through eyes of compassion and love for everyone involved. Yeah, okay. They wanted that portion read. I definitely can see how that can connect to, especially the idea of that compassion and love for yourself, all parts of you, all versions of you. Because also when you don't trust certain parts of you, you are not loving it as fully as it could be, and it feels that. And it might not show up in the greatest that it could be. So to handle that belief that it can't handle it or expect it to be harmed, it can get in the way. Yeah, okay. And I just said things can be a barrier. So loosen your grip on the situation, the beliefs of the either or of what's going to happen as a result of this. And just approach it with compassion and love, not to be so cliche there at the end. But yeah, so this feels oddly complete very quickly. Guess that's why I'm just kind of hanging here. But this is what's going on. So some of your, and anybody who's going through some transitions right now, having some hard times, look at your masculine and feminine battle on the inside. So you might think it's related to some external thing or something that someone else is making you feel. But if a, whatever gender is making you feel a thing, they might be triggering that inside of you. Or mirroring something inside of you that you would need to see. So try to, if you meet it with compassion and love, it might be able to land more as information and insight versus something you want to defend yourself against. So I think that could be a helpful way to look at it too. Yeah, that's what they're saying here. Okay. Not hearing anything else, but still feeling the energy. So let me just give a second here. Nope. Okay. Confirmation. Thank you. All right. We're good. So yeah, go internal, which is always one of the things I say, but, you can trust the other version of you. You can trust the other sides of you. You've learned, and take as long as you want to build that trust and tiptoe and slow walk it down, but it will slow down certain ascensions. It's necessary a little bit, sometimes we can get around some things. We can delay some things, we'll be allowed to do some things out of order if we really have a hiccup, but this is seeming like this is kind of necessary for next steps. I guess that's why I was feeling kind of like a force online too. Like I wouldn't say an urgency, but there's a necessity. I guess and that's why it's your choice, because there isn't an urgency, because it can go at whatever pace you want it to go at. It's just about your choice of when you decide to trust. But once you do decide to trust, it takes off. So, yeah, just about how long you want the process to be. But it's the fears, the concerns, the confirmation is that you can trust that other version of yourself, or whatever thing that you're experiencing right now, especially if it wasn't something you sought out and something that seems to be kind of coming towards you as well. Okay. So thanks and Ashe. All right. So I'll go ahead and close this off. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully this read was helpful. Hopefully it was insightful. It can give someone some direction, peace of mind, a mild confirmation. It's one of my favorite things. We love a confirmation over here. So, because, most of the things we know are right, but we just want that little nudge of like, yes, not too much affirming, because we got to trust ourselves, but a little nudge in the right direction is always nice. So we love a confirmation. And excuse me when I said not too much affirming, because that is obviously a positive thing to do, but we don't want to get too dependent. Okay, another message coming in. Yeah, so we don't want to get too dependent on outside factors to tell us that what we're experiencing is accurate, true, or real, because with so many people coming online right now and it happening while so many people are at so many different spaces, it's like everybody's in the same oven, but we're put in at different times, so they're cooked to different degrees and at different temperatures. And certain people are kind of like blowing right now. So you can trust what you're experiencing as well, if this was kind of like a jolt for you. So yeah, I think that was something I said in the beginning, so I guess they're full circling in it. Definitely confirming that we're probably done here with messages. So yeah. Hopefully this helps. Thanks. Have a good one, y'all.